Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before. Deke hasn't seen this many plants here before.
Merhaba, evet, Hogwarts Meslek Lisesi bölüm 11. Kaldığım yerden devam ediyorum. Şöyle bir bağlantımın durumuna bakayım. Twitch tarafındayım. Şöyle bir kontrol edelim. İyi gibi duruyor. Sıkıntı yok. Hızlı bir şekilde oyuna devam edeyim. Ana senaryo, yan görev, hızlı bir şekilde ilerleyeceğim artık.
Deke thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed. Dick thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
This place has seen better days.
Are you ready to put an end to Harlow?
I'm ready to do what's needed to take Harlow down. I know you have a plan.
We must gather information from the friends of Mr. Bickle that Archie and Mrs. Bickle mentioned. Agabus Filbert, Otto Dibble, and Mr. and Mrs. Rabe.
All right.
I suggest that you speak with each of them while I head to the Hogshead. I saw some Ashwinders heading there. And as my mother would never go near the Hogshead, she is less likely to learn of my activities than if I were to wander the village questioning its residents.
Where am I to find these friends of his?
I do not know about Mr. Rabe, but his wife, Daisy, is often in Hogsmeade, as is Agabus Filbert. And Otto Dibble, he works at Gladrags, so you will likely find him there.
What sort of information am I trying to gather from these people?
They may know what evidence Mr. Bickle had against Harlow, or they may have evidence of their own. We simply need to know whatever they know.
Very well. I'll speak with them, see what I can learn.
I knew I could rely on you. We need to know how they are being blackmailed by Rookwood and Harlow. Meet me here after you have spoken with them. Hopefully, by the time you return, I will be able to move a bit more freely.
Revelio.
What are we looking for today?
Mrs. Rabe should be nearby.
Oh, Isco, what have I done?
Mrs. Rabe, I wondered if I might speak with you about Theophilus Harlow. I'm a friend of the Bickles and am trying to gather evidence against him.
Poor Joanna and little Archie. And now Harlow has taken my darling Isco.
What do you mean? Why?
I'm a security guard at Gringotts, and my husband is a curse breaker for them. Harlow approached me about helping him extort my colleagues into giving him treasures from the vaults.
And you declined?
Of course I declined. Repeatedly. I thought they'd given up, until I came home one night and found my husband gone, and a note affixed to my door with a knife. The note stated that I only had a few days to reconsider helping with some banking needs, and that my husband would appreciate it if I acted quickly. But the help Harlow wants is help that I cannot give.
Why wouldn't Harlow extort your husband?
Isco's job is even more removed from the vaults than mine. He travels the world for the bank. He could do nothing for Harlow. I'm the one in the bank on a daily basis, which evidently makes me an enticing target for blackmail.
Have you helped Harlow since your husband was taken?
No, I'm worried sick about Isco, but he'd never want me to compromise my integrity. I also know that he's extremely clever. That said, I was hoping he would have escaped by now. It makes me concerned as to why he hasn't.
Are you sure the note means that your husband was kidnapped?
What else could it possibly mean? Besides, I came home to find that someone had trampled the daisies. It may sound silly, but those were Isco's pride and joy. He would never have let that happen.
Thank you, Mrs. Rabe. Knowing the lengths that Harlow will go to is helpful, albeit more than disturbing.
Mr. Bickle was trying to help us, but now he's gone. I don't know what to do.
I shall do all I can to get evidence against Harlow, Mrs. Rabe.
Very well. Here's the note I received. You must be careful as well. Please don't put yourself in danger.
Some evidence worth hanging on to.
Thank you. I hope it's not too late.
Now, to find Otto Dibble works at Gladrags. I should check there.
Please tell me you didn't take it. But perhaps it's been...
Mr. Dibble, may I speak with you? It's about Theophilus Harlow.
I've nothing to say about him. May I interest you in a stunning cravat today?
Please, sir, I'd like to help. I spoke to Mrs. Bickle.
You know the Bickles? All right. But we must be discreet. Can't have Mr. Hill hearing this.
I know Mr. Hill. He was kind to me the day of the troll attack.
Oh, he's a good man. But even he wouldn't understand about Harlow. It started a few weeks ago. I was distracted, reading a note, when you-know-who came into the shop. I hid the note behind the counter and offered to help him. He stared at me for a moment, then asked me to check on an order he'd placed. I went into the storeroom to check on what turned out to be a non-existent order. When I returned, he was holding the note.
What was in the note?
We haven't told Mr. Hill yet. I dare say he has higher hopes for her. Harlow advised me in no uncertain terms that my relationship with Rosie, not to mention my employment here, depended upon my cooperation.
What did he ask you to do?
It all happened so quickly. In an instant, he took a very expensive scarf from the counter, pocketed it, and smiled. He said, "Your secret is safe as long as I can supply my lady friend with delightful..." I've been able to cover for his requests until now with some creative bookkeeping, but I can't keep it out for much longer. I'm terrified to say anything. I could never live without Rosie.
Could you give me a bit more detail about the note? That might help me to identify it should I come across it.
It's on Rosie's special pink stationery. It has her monogram at the top, RH. That's how Mr. Hill would know it was real.
What have you been doing to keep the extortion a secret?
Well, as I mentioned, creative bookkeeping. And I've also been trying to cover the costs with my own savings, but I'm running out of... Of course, none of this bodes well for my efforts to improve my circumstances and be worthy of Rose.
I met Mr. Hill the day of the troll attack. He was kind.
He's a lovely man, but when it comes to Rosie, I fear I'd lose my job instantly, and Rosie as well.
Thank you for telling me.
I would love nothing more than to see him rotting in Azkaban, but be careful. As for Rosie's letter, should you happen upon it, I have committed it to memory.
Understood.
Now hurry off before Mr. Hill returns. Where was I?
We're on the right track. Now to find the last of Mr. Bickle's friends. Agabus Filbert must be around here somewhere.
Hello there.
Excuse me, Mr. Filbert. I wondered if I might speak with you about your dealings with Theophilus Harlow. I hope to ease Mrs. Bickle.
Oh, tragic what happened to Bickle. He wanted me to speak out against Harlow for an act of violence, but I feared Harlow's retaliation.
If you had spoken out against him as Mr. Bickle asked, perhaps Harlow would be locked away by now.
Perhaps. But perhaps I would have suffered a similar fate.
You said that Harlow committed an act of violence against you. Could you tell me what happened?
Before my extraordinary wife, Dulcibella, passed away, she had just completed a small book of poetry. As a surprise for her birthday, one she never had the chance to celebrate, one day Harlow came calling. To punish me, before I knew it, I'd been petrified, and Harlow was rifling through. I watched helplessly, lying there in my entranceway as he walked away with the book, laughing as he went. I was shaken to my core. Still am, to be honest.
I imagine you fear Harlow retaliating again, but do you mind if I share this information with Officer Singer?
I suppose I have no choice. This extortion can't go on forever. You can pass it on to anyone who may be willing to help. Harlow does not like people talking, as you already know.
I've spoken with Mr. Bickle's friends. Now to find Natty. It's not like Natty to be late. She said she was going to the Hog's Head. Perhaps I'll find her there.
Nothing warms the body like
Natty must be around here somewhere. Revelio. Natty's wand. She can cast without it. She wanted me to find this. She's in trouble. Revelio will show me where she was taken.
Nosy little students get what's coming to them.
Revelio. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quick. Her footprints led to this room. There must be a way forward. Accio. A hidden door. Natty must have been taken this way. I need to find her quickly. I'd better be sure I'm not seen. Revelio.
Using that girl as bait. We ought to just kill her. Stupid would be arrogant enough to come in here alone.
Imperial. Bombarda. Binder. Incendio.
How dare you! Expulso!
Protego. Confringo. Bombarda. Defender. Confringo. Incendio. Imperio. Crucible. Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Otto Dibble's love letter from Rosie. He wanted me to destroy this if I found it. Revelio. Confringo. Lumos. Depulso. Confringo.
What?
Lumos. Accio. Confringo. Bombarda. Finger. Bombarda. Revelio.
Oi.
Lumos.
We should speak to her again.
Imperio.
Find out.
Terminus Bombarda. Boss Finger when he arrives. Someone over there. Incendio.
Control me! Incendio!
Reparo. Bombarda. Confringo.
Expulsor! I've seen better.
Imperial.
What do you need me to do?
Revelio. That he must be here somewhere. The book of poems that was taken from Agabus Filbert. He'll be thrilled to have this back. Revelio.
You found us. I knew you would realize I had left my wand for you. Speak to Mr. Rabe. He will tell you what you need to do. I need your help.
Mr. Rabe, Daisy told me you'd been abducted.
You spoke with my wife. How is she?
Worried about you. Are you all right?
I am all right. Thank you for coming. These locks are cursed, and there's an anti-apparition jinx on the cells. Even Natty's skill with wandless magic cannot free us. I need you to find my wand.
Use mine. We'll find yours together once you're out of there.
I need my wand for this. Using one with which I have no connection may not work as well or as quickly, and we cannot risk detection.
I shall do my best. Any idea where it might be?
It's nearby. I can sense it.
Understood. I'll find it.
Your friend Natty was not able to summon...
Revelio. Lumos.
My wand is somewhere in this room. I can tell.
Mr. Rabe's wand could be in there. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Mr. Rabe's wand. He'll be glad to have this back. Mr. Rabe, I found your wand.
Well done. I knew it was nearby. Now, you best stand back. One never knows how a curse will react to being broken.
Confringo! Revelio.
Thank you, Mr. Isco.
Lumos.
My pleasure. And thank you, my friend. We owe our lives to your bravery. I may be too weak to disapparate with you both, but I can try.
You go ahead. Find Officer Singer. We will get out of here on our own.
Very well. But be careful. Thank you, my young friends.
Be prepared for a fight. These Ashwinders must pay. Let's find Officer Singer and put an end to Harlow.
Natsai Onai. I should have known.
Lumos.
And you, the troll dispatcher. Oh, thank goodness the two of you are safe. Isco Rabe told me a couple of students had rescued him. Should have known it was you two.
Is Mr. Rabel right?
He is. I sent him home to his wife. Miss Onai, your mother will not be pleased to learn that you're still risking your safety pursuing these dangerous men.
Actually, Officer Singer, Natty and I learned of several Hogsmeade residents who've had their lives threatened by the Ashwinders. In addition to abducting Mr. Rabe, to blackmail his wife and Natty, Rookwood and Harlow have also extorted Agabus Filbert and Otto Dibble.
I will look into all of that. As for the two of you, I appreciate what you're trying to do, but you are taking great risk. Next time, please let the authorities handle the Ashwinders.
With all due respect, officer, the authorities haven't done much about any of this.
There's more to taking down an organization like the Ashwinders than simply storming in and hauling them off based on a few accusations. I must insist that you leave them to us. Natsai, you may wish to speak with your mother about this before I do.
My mother will not like this.
Lumos.
Thank you again for rescuing me. We shall speak soon.
Lumos. Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
Oh, hello again. Couldn't have perfected the broom upgrades without your help. As always, I have a special prize for you. I truly enjoyed working with you. Thank you for believing in me. What are we looking for today? Thanks for stopping by. Hope to see you again.
Perhaps not the best place to be caught alone.
Enough beast flesh for everyone.
This must be the Dirical den that Miss Moffat told me about. Now, where is Gwenira? Levioso! There. I'm not going to hurt. Revelio. Levioso. Got her. Now I need to let Miss Moffat. Revelio. Levioso. Settle yourself. I mean you no harm. It's like a place right out of a storybook.
Oh, hello. Any luck finding Gwenira?
Miss Moffat, I caught Gwenira.
That's incredible. Was it terribly difficult?
Not too bad, if you know what you're doing.
Don't be so humble about it. Well, may I have her now?
Of course.
Oh, you're too kind. She has such exquisite plumage. Oh, I shall make the finest attire from her feathers. And she'll have a good life too, of course. Ah. Thank you so much for bringing me Gwenira. I shall keep her safe and only use her feathers sparingly.
Revelio.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Nice to see you again.
Likewise.
What do you have?
What are we looking for today? Thank you for stopping in. Thank you again. Delivering those potions. Hopefully.
Revelio. That crate of Chinese chomping cabbages is somewhere in this camp.
What are you dribbling over there? Look like you've been had one of...
For as snooty as Upper Hogsfield is, we don't have much to steal.
Loud as a troll you are.
Irondale's not half as tough as it sounds.
Didn't think anyone would be daft enough to slip up on me.
Patrol. About the most exciting.
Nothing to poach in Aaron.
You should never have come here.
Betting on the dragon fights was the best decision I've made yet.
Brockborough ain't good for much. Not unless you fancy gains.
My mother used to always say, a clear head makes way for a clear path. I don't know what your path is, since your head's never seen a clear day.
Can't figure out why there's such a fuss over poaching. There's enough dumb beasts for everyone.
No, you don't have to feel intimidated by my feats. We can't all be as gifted, can we?
Yes, Totalis.
Ringo! I am at your call.
Let's see what's up your sleeve then.
Someone's going to regret
You've done.
Bombarda. Defender.
You'll be sorry you did that.
Incendio.
It's the one who took the goblin. Ringo!
Accio. Depulso.
Check well nearby again.
Lugers. Confringo. Bombard. Defender.
Dark magic, eh? That ought to warm you up.
Nerio. That's one crate in hand. I only need one more. Crucio.
Crucio!
Confringo. Bombarda. Defendo.
The pain!
Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Reparo. Revelio. Reparo. These mana trials won't get the best of me. Revelio. Imperio.
I am at your call.
Crucible.
Death, they want to buy out. You will not. Avoiding our problem.
The beasts around here can sleep a bit easier now. Revelio.
Ha! Another pitiful.
There is no player. If anybody cares.
I can see why Feldcroft needs help. Ranrock's loyalists are hiding out near Feldcroft. They must have the other crate of Chinese cabbages. Confringo. Confringo. That's all the crates of Chinese chomping cabbages. I'd better go and see Mr. Thistlewood's friend in Feldcroft. Bombarda. Defender. Confringo.
Never potato. That's the student who would.
Confringo. Imperium. Enough. Repair. Bombarda.
You won't get away with that. This will not be another setback like Belcroft.
Incendio. Revelio. Revelio. I know what that means. Merlin trial. Imperio. Confringo. Bombada. Defender. Incendio. Crucio. Confringo. Bombada. Defender. Incendio. Confringo. Revelio. Revelio. Accio. Wingardium Leviosa. That's that. Settled. Not sure how I'd fare in a little...
Hello there. Do you have the special delivery from my dear friend Eddie?
Hello, Mr. Ndi? Eddie Thistlewood sent me.
Yes, he told me to expect you. Do you have the Chinese chomping cabbages?
I have them right here.
Marvelous. This will go a long way towards protecting the hamlet from Ranrock's loyalists. The same foul curs who, I'm willing to guess, intercepted them in the first place, along with Rookwood's lot. Feldcroft owes a debt of gratitude to you and Eddie. Thank you for your help.
What do you have for sale?
At last, some reinforcements. Hopefully this is enough to thwart the goblins. Have I mentioned you're welcome to stop by any time?
Nice to see you again.
Nice to see you as well. How can I help you?
I'm curious to know what's happening in Feldcroft. Might you have any insight?
Nothing much, really. Although, do you know Sebastian Sallow? He attends Hogwarts like you, I believe. About your age. His uncle lives here in Feldcroft, but I hear they had a bit of a falling out. Haven't seen him since. Shame, really. His sister's still here. But, well, you may not even know the boy. Good lad, though. Always liked him.
What do you sell here?
Glad you asked. I sell the finest array of beast byproducts you'll find in the entire countryside. If you don't believe me, feel free to look about. Eventually you'll return. They always do.
What brought you to own a shop in Feldcroft?
Beautiful place, isn't it? Although I admit I didn't choose it. It chose me. I was raised here. It's always been my home. As for the shop, I suppose my line of work chose me as well. I've always loved working with beasts. And my twin girls adore them. Wouldn't be surprised if they took over from me one day.
What do you have for sale?
What are we in the market for today? Now, if you like what you bought, be sure to come in and see me again.
Revelio. Does it get any more cozy than Hogsmeade?
Probably about time, though, isn't it?
It's not like her to forget.
I didn't keep you waiting, did I?
Not at all. I was just at the post office. Gran told me to expect a package, but it looks as if she forgot to send it. She didn't send me an owl this week either. Perhaps she's busy with her research.
What was she sending you?
Only some feed she's been developing. I was going to give it to Professor Howen for the measles.
What kind of research is she doing?
It varies from week to week, but it's always to do with creatures. Last week she was studying leg knots in plimpies.
What did you find out about the dragon you were tracking?
I realised that she didn't know the poachers had her egg, so when she left Horntail Hall, she would have headed straight to her nest. I went back to the tent and tracked her flight.
How do you track a dragon long after she's gone?
Tree canopies, burn marks, things like that.
Well done. You certainly know what you're doing.
I can't be certain, but I have an idea of one place she may have been heading. I thought we might go and see it for ourselves.
Of course. Shall we leave now?
If that's all right. I want to see how she's faring if she had a collar on. And she's likely frantic about her egg. Here we are. I do think this is where we'll find her. The terrain's typical of where the breed would nest. I suspect it's how the poachers found her to begin with. They likely camped here and logged her patterns. Perhaps nabbed her first and then her egg. Dragons are hard enough to wrangle, let alone maternal ones.
You got all of that from simply standing here?
You'd be surprised how easy it is to think like a poacher. Shall we see if she's home? We only need to return her egg.
That sounds straightforward enough.
We should be in and out. Then we can be finished with the poachers once and for all.
I don't suppose you've thought about keeping it, have you?
No, it belongs to her. Keeping it will make me just as bad as the poachers.
If you're right about finding her here, how do we go about returning the egg?
Her nest will likely be in the heart of her den, which she will be keeping guard over. It might also be more charred than anywhere else, I imagine.
Well then, let's find our dragon and return her egg.
Wonderful. If she sees us flying about, she might take it as a sign of aggression or food. We should stay on foot. Oh, and one more thing. Let's not agitate her. Goodness knows she's been through enough already. I'm ready when you are. There she is, above us. She did make it home safely. Oh, good. It looks as if she wasn't collared like the other dragons. Wondering what happened to her egg.
For what it's worth, she doesn't seem to have spotted us yet.
Let's hope it stays that way. At least until we've done what we came to do.
Imperio! Confringo! Bombarda!
I wonder how many they brought to capture her. At least 10 usually.
How charming. They keep in touch with each other. Wingardium Leviosa. There she is again.
She's...
Reparo.
fantastic.
From a distance.
I wonder how good her eyesight is.
I beg your pardon?
I don't imagine the poachers fed her well. And from a distance, we probably look exactly like sheep to her. Hebrideans love sheep.
How lucky for us. Watch your step. Revelio.
Pity. She must have been starved to pick off a grapple.
Or just raring for a fight. Revelio.
Wait, what was that? Oh, there's no turning back now. Keep at it. We've just got to make it to the nest. Not a warm welcome.
It's a little too warm, if you ask me. I don't suppose she listened to reason.
I'd normally try, but we're well past. Get to that opening below her. She's leaving! Quickly!
Brilliant.
There's the nest. We're almost there. Why is every bridge here broken?
Reparo.
Now, if we just return her egg, we can hopefully make it out without too much fuss. That was brilliant! And did you see how clever? She left us perfectly unharmed.
Creatures are a lot cleverer than most people realize.
That's what Gran always says. The important thing is that we survived it, and we returned her egg. Thank you for doing this with me. Wouldn't blame you one bit if you wanted to head back to the castle and never think about dragons again.
Shall we head back? I'm ready if you are.
I am. After our dragon rescue at Hauntel Hall, I half expect to be ambushed by poachers any time I'm not in the castle.
Understandable. We did sabotage their fighting ring and steal a dragon egg from them.
True. So why haven't they come after us? It's not like them to let things lie. Unless
what?
Unless they haven't let things lie. Oh no, I can't believe I didn't see it. We need to leave. I need to send an owl. How could I have been so blind?
Revelio. Hogsmeade, here I come.
Not to go down that path.
Miss Peck from Brood and Pets.
How nice to see you, my young friend.
Next thing you know, it's unforgivable curses.
Thank you again for delivering those potions to Madame Lawing. Saved me a lot of time and trouble. I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
What will I do without her?
Hello? Is something the matter?
Most decidedly, yes. My precious mooncalf, Biscuit, was abducted by poachers up north. Oh, the vicious brutes. I tried to fight back, but I was no match for them.
I'm sorry about your mooncalf, Mr.
Garnuff. Just Garnuff. I'm only one goblin. Not a particularly brave one at that. I have no chance against a pack of bloodthirsty poachers. Oh, my poor Biscuit. I can only hope she's able to escape.
Why do you suppose the poachers took Biscuit?
I have no idea. Mooncalf dung's highly valuable for fertilizing magical plants. But I cannot imagine poachers care much about gardening. Who knows what they'll do to her? She could be flogged, skinned, gutted and stuffed. I assume. Oh, Biscuit.
A mooncalf is an unusual pet. Why did you choose Biscuit?
She followed. Mooncalves are often thought of as silly, simple-minded creatures. I wouldn't trade her for a hippogriff or a hippopotamus.
I'll keep an eye out for your mooncalf, Garniff.
How kind. If only all of Wizardkind was as gracious to goblins. If you do see her and can bring her safely home to me, do keep an eye out for her, and be careful out there. Poachers are...
You can't imagine how inconvenient travel was before I invented flu powder.
See if there's something you need. That's been a pleasure.
Confringo! Bovada! Wingardium Leviosa!
Not so tricky after all, Merlin.
We'll reclaim what is rightfully ours.
Poachers. Garniff was right then. I'd better be careful. What do you mean?
My bite. Confringo! Confringo! Is that all that teeth? Accio! Depulso! Not your best defensive maneuver, was it? Confringo! Bombarda! Defendo! Potato! Confringo!
You will not survive this fight!
Imperial!
Release me!
Cruise! Confringo! Bombarda! Defendo! You're not going to undertake Leviosa!
Reduction!
Confringo!
Oh, what a You're the one who stole the goblin helm.
Accio!
I won't go down as easy. Protego!
It's you to release Treadwell. Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda. Defendo.
It's shameful what you've done to helpless beasts. Revelio. Aloha Mora. Now then, which one of you is Biscuit? No, you don't. All right, Biscuit. Let's get you back to Garniff, shall we? Sometimes it seems all roads lead to Hogsmeade.
I had plenty of opportunity.
Garniff, I've rescued Biscuit.
You have? Oh, is she hurt? Was she frightened? Are you all right?
If it weren't for me, I suspect those poachers would have flayed her alive.
Oh, perish the thought. Thank Merlin you were able to save her in time. I cannot wait to get her home. I so miss seeing her dance in the evenings. Such joy.
I'm glad she's safe now. I'm sure she'll be happy to go home.
Oh, that is a great weight off my mind. Oh, my sweet little biscuit, my wise, noble moon calf. And here is your reward, of course. Well deserved. As I said before, you have restored my faith in wizard kind. You've restored at least a modicum of my faith in wizard kind. Biscuit and I can't thank you enough.
Hello there. In the market for potions, are we? I hope to see you again. Farewell for now.
I've always said that travel broadens the mind.
Oh, hello.
Revelio.
All of them.
Revelio.
I'm riding a hypocrite.
Aloha Mora. Revelio.
It has a brand new gate. Just beware the open flame.
Lumos. Revelio. Benite. Revelio. Benite. Revelio. Lumos.
Don't you see the romance of it all? You and I, we are the stuff of poems. Our love is the muse of 1,000 rhymes.
Accio. Levioso. Depulso. Revelio. Revelio.
What are you up to now?
It's a relief to finally have an answer as to why that portrait was empty.
Sharp coffee making faces behind his back. It was awful. Not to mention the Bowman house point. I don't know why you don't just get a snitch from inside.
On another adventure, are we?
Revelio.
So many interesting.
Hello, Samantha. Are you here for someone as court?
I am. I'm actually rather good at it. Used to play all the time. Shall we begin?
Yes, I'm ready to play.
Then let's get summoning. Accio! Yes!
Accio.
You'll have to do better than that. Accio!
Accio.
You'll have to do better than that. Accio! That was sensational! How about that? I won! Good match.
But of course.
Accio! What was I thinking?
Accio.
That was sensational! Accio! Yes! How am I to top that? Accio!
Accio.
How am I to top that? That settles is it, then? After your poor show...
More like you underestimated.
Fair enough. I happen to know who you're up against.
Welcome back.
Hello, Professor. I have news. The goblins are looking for something. Another repository. They've built drills to help with their search.
Most troubling.
Are these repositories like the broken container I found at Rookwood Castle?
They are. I fear we have no time to lose. Have a look at the map. Fortunately, the next trial is fairly nearby.
It's Hogwarts.
As you know, I was headmistress in my time. My portrait hangs in the headmaster's office. In fact, I witnessed Professor Black learn of your arrival. And I'll confess that I wondered about you.
Wait, is the next trial in the headmaster's office?
It is. I had hoped that when the time came, the occupant of that office would be of help to us. Unfortunately, this headmaster seems wildly unconcerned with anything but himself. You'll need to access the office while he's away.
I understand. Very well. I'll find some way to get in.
Good. I shall meet you in my portrait there. Until then.
How will I gain access to the headmaster's office? Perhaps Professor Fig will know what to do.
How nice to see you, my young
Revelio. Lumos. Revelio. Professor Fig, the keepers have shown me where the next trial is.
Has something changed?
Lodgok and I have learned that the goblins are searching for another repository, like the one we saw at Rookwood Castle. And I discovered that they're building massive drills to help in their search. Professor Fitzgerald seemed very concerned.
I see. Ranrock clearly knows even more than we suspected.
And sir, there's something else. Lodgok knew Miriam.
He knew Miriam?
They encountered each other at Rookwood Castle. She was doing research. That's where she found the container with the port key. He liked her so much that he let her leave with it, despite orders from Ranrock.
I don't know what to say. She could win over almost anyone. I want to hear more of this. And, in fact, I'd like to speak with Lodgok directly. But we've no time now. Where is the next trial?
Believe it or not, it's in the headmaster's office.
Incredible. Very well, you'll need the password to get past the stone gargoyle. The headmaster's house elf will know it.
I don't know the headmaster's house elf. Will he even speak to me? I imagine he's loyal to the headmaster.
He is. So you'll need a disguise. I have just the thing. A polyjuice potion. You'll look and sound like Professor Black.
Wait, doesn't polyjuice potion require a bit of the person you want to change into? And take ages to brew?
It does.
So how do you already have polyjuice potion to change into Professor Black?
One never knows when such a thing may come in handy. Let's just say I felt the need to be prepared for anything after my fruitless trip to the ministry on his behalf. Now, time is of the essence. Drink up and I shall explain more. How do you feel?
Incredible. I won't forget that taste anytime soon. How do I sound?
Convincing. I've taken the liberty of transfiguring your robes. As we discussed, you'll need the password from Scrope, who could be anywhere in the castle. You might look for Professor Kagawa. She's taken to badgering the poor elf about Quidditch in the hopes that he can convince Black to change his mind. Thus far, unsuccessfully.
I see. But what if Professor Black sees me?
Leave him to me. I shall tell him where to meet a liaison from the ministry in Hogsmeade. That should give you plenty of time.
Thank you, Professor. I suppose we'll meet again in the map chamber.
It's rather strange to hear gratitude coming from Professor Black. I'll see you there.
Now to find the headmaster's house elf.
Do you have a moment, Professor? Professor, I was hoping to catch you.
Places to be, Professor Sharp. Places to be.
Of course, sir. Only, you'd asked me about a particular potion, and I
did? I did, yes. Well, spit it out, Sharp. I don't have all day.
Probably best not to discuss it here, sir.
I assure you, Sharp, you may speak freely.
Very well. I've brewed the cure for boils you wanted. I can drop it by your office when it's convenient.
Of course, yes. No need for all the cloak and dagger. Simply have a student deliver it.
A student. Very well, sir, if you insist.
I do. And thank you, Sharp. I just hope you've brewed enough for all my boils.
Now, to determine which student gets this rather unenviable task.
Stand proud, purebloods. The future is yours.
I thought I heard the headmaster approaching.
Gareth, Mr. Weasley, what are you doing here? Don't you have somewhere to be?
Oh, Professor. Yes, of course. All sorts of places I'd rather be right now. Do you need something from me?
I'm looking for my house elf. Surely you've seen him?
Ah, the little one-eared fellow. I saw him heading to the Great Hall moments ago, muttering on about your, sterling graces, sir.
I am watching you, Mr. Weasley. Mr. Redding, who owns Honeyduke's prime potion ingredient. And I know you fancy yourself...
What? But, sir, I haven't been anywhere near Honeydew.
Bah! That's enough from you. Just know that I am on your way, Mr. Weasley.
Well, there's one for my diary.
I wonder almost daily why I accepted this appointment from the minister.
Professor Black?
Mr. Gaunt! Where do you think you're going?
I beg your pardon, sir. I'm
taking the day off, eh? Typical student.
I have to write 20 inches on Dittany, and it's...
Ah, yes! Mixed with, bubo tuba.
Are you feeling all right, sir? You don't seem...
I assure you, I am quite healthy, Gaunt. If I need...
Something.
When I witness what passes for magic in these halls, I...
Professor, a word? Professor Black, again, it is not too late to reconsider your decision regarding Quidditch. We could still have trials and a somewhat shortened season. It would be better than none at all.
But the injury, madam...
Professor, more than one student has taken a bludgeon, and they're fine now. The fact that it happened...
What nonsense! That you would trivialize the health...
A silly game. You have a good mind to write to the Department of Magical...
Good idea. I can even provide the parchment should you need it.
Parchment? Very well, I will, and with pleasure. And
I wonder why. Good day, Madam Kagawa.
Hogsmeade is the only all-wizarding village I've ever heard of.
What did we do to deserve him as
If you must speak with me, consult my secretaries or what have you. Now move along.
If only Black had the power to choose the other professors.
The headmaster. I hope it's not about anything I've been...
Miss Broom, a word.
Oh, Professor, this is in...
Remind me of your area of affinity, Broom. OWLs are swift approaching.
Charms, sir. Non-verbal spells. Might work on one that makes me disappear.
Okay.
They're not invisible, sir. I've seen them near the library. In fact, they help me with my...
Speaking of invisible...
Something seems a little off with the headmaster.
If anyone needs help with the next...
Chewing with your mouth open? Where are your manners?
Professor, I need to speak to you. Hello, Professor Black.
Ah, Professor Weasley. How...
Sir?
Since I have you here...
Oh, very well.
I've decided to give him a bit more...
Leeway, Professor? Are you sure that's wise? I confess I do want...
Ah, well, yes. He's handling some official ministry business.
I see. But, sir, if I may, I am wary of how much time the new... I've heard unsettling rumors of their escapades. Everything from sneaking into... to confronting Ranrock's loyalists and Rookwood's lot.
I mean, I shall keep an eye on Fig. You simply keep doing the wonderful job that you're doing. Simply wonderful.
Thank you. But I am happy to look into...
Good. That'll be all, Weasley. I mean, Professor Weasley.
A wonderful job. Leeway for Professor Fig? I shall never understand that man.
That ought to give Professor Fig some breathing room.
Wait until Master sees what a wonderful job Scrope is doing.
Ahem. Attention, students. I hereby decree that the Great Hall be forthwith decorated in the noble banners of Gryffindor. I shall be taking no questions at this time, or ever. Scrope!
Oh, greetings, Master.
Remind me of the password to my office.
Oh, but Master made Scrope swear never to tell anyone, even Master himself.
How dare you question me? I've a mind to give you a match.
Yes, sir. Of course, sir. Scrope begs forgiveness. It is the Black family motto, Master.
Right. Of course.
Master does remember it.
It's pure bloods forever, isn't it?
Close, Master. Scrope thinks Master is indeed testing Scrope. It is always pure.
Obviously.
And, of course, as Master knows, in French.
Yes, of course. I order you to pronounce it for me.
Oh, but Master knows that Scrope's French is most pitiful. Oh, very well. Toujours pur.
Ha! Thank you. Never speak of this conversation with me or anyone else.
Of course, sir. Scrope shall try his best to keep out of Master's way.
The polyjuice potion's wearing off. I best get out of sight. Made it just in time. It's wearing off.
Fig was right. I can't believe it worked. Now to speak the password to the gargoyle. What do we have here? A demiguise. Mine now, demiguise.
said that travel broadens the mind.
Revelio. The gargoyle. That's where I need to speak the password. Toujours pure. I wonder if all the elite wizarding families have a motto. Revelio. Revelio.
It's good to see you.
All thanks to Professor Fig's quick thinking. Now what?
Approach the pedestal in the antechamber and read the book that appears.
What can I expect to find in the book?
A story. I cannot say more. You may recognize some elements of it, as I was inspired by a tale with which many wizarding children are familiar.
I suspect there will be more to this than reading a book.
Your suspicions are correct. We shall speak when you are finished.
Has this been under the headmaster's nose all this time? Revelio. That must be the pedestal. Where am I? Professor Fitzgerald? Can you hear me?
I am here. In this place, you may call me Neve. You shall be witness to a fable. Pay attention. Things are not always as they seem. You must move swiftly and cautiously. Use the tools you encounter to find me. The first you will need is a cloak. In this place, as in life, death takes many forms. Avoid each of them at all costs.
I should have run when I could. I'd be free by now.
They're gone. For now. I need to get out of here. Where could Neve be? I need to time this just right. I see a staircase straight ahead. A ladder. Perhaps they won't be able to find me if I go up there. I'd best move while I can. Neve must be here somewhere. Too many. I must cross this road as fast as I can. That's where I need to go, but I need to find a way past them. Nothing this way, but more danger. There must be another way to find you. I need to turn back. There's no getting past them that way. Closed tight. No way but forward, I suppose. Now's my chance. That's the way forward. Can this be? I think I'm invisible. They can't see me at all. I can get closer to them. This is the way forward. Finally free. Now where are you, Neve?
You have outrun death thus far, but have yet to find me. Keep searching, but this time you will be unable to hide. Wield the wand you see before you. Do not squander its extraordinary power.
I've never felt such power.
Depulso! Bombarda! Revelio. Defender, Bombarda, Depulso, Descendo. Defender, Bombarda, Depulso, Descendo. Defender, Bombarda. Descendo. Depulso. Defender, Protego. Descendo, Depulso. Bombarda. Defender. Descendo. Depulso. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Descendo. Depulso. Descendo. Bombarda. Defender. Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Depulso. Descendo. Protego. Defender. Bombarda. Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Defender. Defender. Protego. Defender. Bombarda. Descendo. Depulso. Descendo. Depulso. Bombarda. Descendo. Defender. Depulso. Descendo. Bombarda. Descendo. Defender. Bombarda. Protego. Bombarda. Depulso. Defender. Descendo. Bombarda. Defender. Depulso. Bombarda. Defender. Bombarda. Descendo. Defender. Depulso. Bombarda. Descendo. Protego. Bombarda. Depulso. Defender. Descender. Bombarda. Defender. Bombarda. Depulso. Descender. Depulso. Defender. Bombarda. Descender. Depulso. Descendo.
Stone. This must be for me.
Finished. Pass through the mourners ahead. Nothing is what it seems.
I can't believe she's dead.
Oh, poor Neve. Gone so young.
Neve! Why?
We won't be the same without her.
You found me, but you cannot undo what has been done. The magic of the stone can only conjure a shadow of my former self. But there is no light without shadow, as there is no shadow without light. Simply because you can eliminate darkness does not always mean that you should. Remember that as you witness my memory.
Isadora, what you did for your father was remarkable.
wasn't it? And Percival needn't worry about the strands of emotion or the traces that this magic leaves. I found a way to contain all of it.
You haven't stopped.
Goblin Silver.
You spoke to a goblin about this.
Don't worry, he has no idea what we're containing.
We don't know what effect any of this may have. The emotions, the dark traits.
You sound like Percival. And as it happens, I do know. It is a source of strength, of focus. Somehow it enhances my ability to wield magic.
I don't follow, Isadora.
I think we can harness it.
Power like this is not to be toyed with. In the wrong hands.
You saw what I did for my father. Only imagine the good we could do. Everyone is in some kind of pain.
What are you doing?
Breathe it in. Can you feel it?
Oh, Isadora. This must stop. All of it.
You've kept this power to yourselves for so long because you fear it. I choose to embrace it.
Revelio.
Is it true? Has someone completed the first 3 trials?
It is, and I have.
But you are so...
young? I know. You must be Professor Bakar.
I am.
Pleased to meet you. The pensive memory I just witnessed, was Isadora inhaling painful emotions?
She was.
I found it disturbing. But how did she gain power from it? How did she harness it?
It was disturbing. Although, I wonder that you are asking about her power. I hesitate to reveal the location of my pensive to someone who, perhaps, has yet to understand the responsibility of power.
I can assure you, Professor, I do. In fact, what you don't yet know is that a dangerous goblin called Ranrock has accessed the repository at Rookwood Castle. He has learned to harness the contents of it as a source of immense power. He plans to use that power against wizardkind. We have no time to waste.
I see. Nonetheless, the knowledge you shall gain after you witness my memories is too valuable to share without further consideration. I shall require time to confer with the other keepers.
It seems we have no choice but to wait, frustrating as it is. I heard what you told Professor Bakar. Isadora was inhaling emotions to gain power?
She was. And she pulled emotions, as she did from her father, from Professor Fitzgerald, without permission.
Monstrous.
What's more, she said that she found a way to store the traces of magic she extracted in goblin silver.
The repository?
Possibly. There's something I didn't get a chance to tell you earlier. Ranrock has been digging at locations...
5 names? The Keepers, and who else? Isadora Morganac?
Precisely. That's how he's been one step ahead of us. Gringotts, the Tower, Rookwood Castle.
If the Keepers won't tell you where the next trial is yet, I say we at least maintain a...
Perhaps. I hope to hear from Lodgok soon. Oh, and as you've probably guessed by now, your polyjuice...
I knew it would. I may have done too good a job distracting...
Revelio.
Handy resource indeed, your field guide. I'm most pleased to be included.
Hello, Mr. Moon.
Oh, greeting!
I actually...
Oh, my minefield. I did promise to show you how to... with that knowledge, you'll be able to... However, we don't yet know who's behind these statues. If you bring me more moons, I'll show... Keep looking for those moons.
Augustus Hill definitely fine.
Deke has some exciting news to share.
I don't have anything for this at the moment. Hello, Deke.
Indeed, Deke does. Deke knows that you want to...
A phoenix nest? I wonder if it belongs to the phoenix...
Deke would not doubt it. If Deke has heard of it, surely the nasty
Well, I'd better go...
Deke thinks so. Deke is not sure why, but Deke feels that saving a phoenix might... Deke hopes that you are able to find the...
This looks like trouble.
Yourself. What the best meals I've ever eaten.
Imperial. Crucio. Confringo. Bombarda. Defendo. Confringo. Defendo. Bombarda. Protego. Confringo. Imperial. Crucio. Defendo. Confringo. Bombarda. Incendio.
A blockade. Rookwood's poachers are already here.
Revelio. Confringo. Confringo.
Could the Phoenix be in there?
Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda. Defender.
Cursed fiends.
Confringo. Whoa.
A blockade. Rookwood's poachers are already here.
Confringo.
Could the Phoenix be in there?
Confringo. Revelio. Confringo. Bombarda. Defender. Confringo.
Can turn to rocks, do you?
Imperio.
Just imagine the whole blooming bird.
Crucio.
Confringo.
Defender.
The lamb
Incendio.
returned.
Protego.
I want that.
You're not doing anything. Incendio. Confringo. Bombarda.
Yes, they want a bio. You will fall.
Revelio. Confringo. Protego. Confringo. Confringo. Revelio. Imperio.
More poachers. How many are there?
Careful not to
Cruise.
Rookwoods don't go down easy.
Confringo.
I know all of it.
Incendio.
That was a mistake.
Incendio.
I could do this. I only look like you. Right.
Confringo. Defendo. Bombarda. Incendio. Confringo. Imperio. Crucio. Confringo. Defendo. Revelio.
The Phoenix. It almost seems as if it wants me to follow it. I need to find it before the poachers do.
Confringo. Bombarda. Defendo.
Crucio. There it is again.
Revelio. Confringo. Confringo. Revelio. Bombarda. Defendo. Confringo. Imperio.
Crucio.
Incendio. Incendio. Defendo. Bombarda. Imperium. Incendio.
Yes, they want a bio.
Imperial.
Levioso!
Someone get me down! No.
That was the highway. Revelio. Confringo. Confringo. Imperial. Confringo. Bombarda. Confringo.
Hello. I'm here to help. I can take you somewhere safe. Let's get you back to the room. Deke's going to be pleased. This looks intriguing.
Revelio. Depulso. Accio. Depulso. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Wingardium Leviosa. Bombarda. Confringo. Wingardium Leviosa. Revelio. Confringo. Revelio. Crucio. Imperio. Confringo. Bombarda. Defendo. Confringo. Incendio. Bombarda. Defendo. Confringo. Incendio. Crucio. Imperio. Bombarda. Confringo. Defendo. Revelio.
Did you find the phoenix?
Yes, Deke. And I rescued it from the poachers. I have it here. It's safe.
Remarkable. Well, what are you waiting for? Deke cannot wait to... My heavens. What a beauty. You keep it close. Professor Weasley and Deke were right to tell you about the Room of Requirement. Look at all you've done, and how many beasts you've rescued. A phoenix is safe now, because of you.
I couldn't have done it without your help, Deke. Thank you.
Deke is grateful for the kind words, and also grateful to have been of assistance to someone like yourself. Helping you do such good for so many beasts has given Deke a sense of peace Deke hasn't known in years. Deke will always be here for you when you need him. Deke thinks you should be proud of all the potions you've brewed.
Tamam, bugünlük yeter diyelim. 100 saati geçtim. Güzel oldu. Ana görev, bolca da yan görev yaptım ama ilerledik. Devam ediyor olacağım ama bu noktada müsaade isteyeyim. Hadi tekrardan görüşmek üzere.